Imagine waking up every morning with stiffness in your hands, knees that ache even before you move, or a back that feels 20 years older than you are. For millions over the age of 40, this is not imagination, it's reality. But what if I told you that hidden inside the simplicity of nature, there are 3 overlooked minerals that could help you reclaim your flexibility, soothe stubborn pain, and even refresh the vitality of your skin? I'm not talking about miracle cures or expensive treatments. As a physician with over 3 decades of clinical research in human health, I've witnessed firsthand how small, consistent changes, especially at the cellular level, can trigger profound transformations. In today's video, we will uncover 3 mighty minerals your body quietly craves to combat joint stiffness, boost healing, and promote radiant aging. These minerals are scientifically supported, easy to access, and surprisingly underutilized. Most importantly, understanding them might just change how you move, feel, and live each day. Stay with me. What you discover could be the missing key to turning back your body's internal clock. Number 1. Magnesium, the anti-stress, anti-inflammatory mineral. If there were ever a mineral that worked silently behind the scenes, tirelessly restoring calm and balance, it would be magnesium. It's not flashy. It's not trendy. It doesn't get the spotlight that calcium or vitamin D often steal. But if you're over 40 and struggling with joint stiffness, body aches, or restless nights, magnesium might just be the missing link you didn't realize you needed. I remember one patient vividly, let's call her Linda. In her early 60s, she came to me with relentless knee pain, tight shoulders, and a sleep schedule so broken that she joked about applying for the night shift at the local diner. Her test showed nothing dramatically wrong, no severe arthritis, no advanced degenerative changes. But her magnesium levels? They were scraping the bottom of the normal range. Within a few weeks of targeted supplementation, Linda wasn't just sleeping better, she was moving more freely, smiling easier, living better. That's the magic of magnesium, not dramatic overnight miracles, but profound, cumulative shifts in how your body feels, moves, and heals. Why magnesium matters so much? Magnesium acts as the body's internal peacekeeper. At a cellular level, it regulates over 300 biochemical reactions. For those battling arthritis or chronic inflammation, magnesium plays 2 critical roles. 1. Taming inflammation. Chronic joint pain is often the outward expression of an inward fire, low-grade, smoldering inflammation. Magnesium acts like a cool, steady rain, helping to douse those flames by calming pro-inflammatory pathways. 2. Relieving muscle tension and stress. Tight muscles tugging on sore joints is a painful combination many over 40 know all too well. Magnesium helps relax these muscles and ease nerve tension, reducing the pull and pressure that worsen joint pain. Beyond the joints, magnesium is intimately tied to the nervous system. Emotional stress, which often spikes during health challenges, can trigger inflammatory cascades that worsen arthritis. Magnesium blunts this response, offering emotional and physical relief at once. It's not just a mineral. It's a daily act of kindness to your body. The widespread deficiency nobody talks about. You might think magnesium deficiency is rare in modern America, but the opposite is true. Studies suggest nearly half of American adults fail to meet the daily recommended intake. Why? Processed foods strip away natural magnesium. Chronic stress, almost a given in today's fast-paced culture, burns through magnesium reserves. Certain medications, like diuretics and proton pump inhibitors, quietly deplete it too. And as we age, our body's efficiency at absorbing magnesium declines. This makes supplementation, or a consciously magnesium-rich diet, less of a luxury and more of a necessity for vibrant aging. What magnesium deficiency looks like. Think of your body like a car. When magnesium levels dip too low, warning lights start flashing. Persistent joint and muscle stiffness. Anxiety or irritability for no reason. Sleep disturbances, including restless legs. Frequent muscle cramps or spasms. Increased sensitivity to stress. Fatigue that doesn't lift even after rest. If 2 or more of these symptoms sound familiar, your body might be waving a white flag, asking for help. Best sources of magnesium. Thankfully, boosting magnesium can be both delicious and practical. Natural food sources include leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. Nuts and seeds, especially almonds and pumpkin seeds. Avocados, who doesn't love a good avocado toast? Dark chocolate, yes, really, but aim for 70% cacao or higher. Black beans and edamame. However, if you're already experiencing joint stiffness or signs of deficiency, food alone may not bridge the gap quickly enough. In these cases, supplementation becomes your ally. But not all magnesium supplements are created equal. Look for magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate, forms that are well absorbed and gentle on the stomach. Avoid cheaper options like magnesium oxide, which mostly act as laxatives rather than effective mineral replenishment. Real-world tips for getting magnesium right. Timing matters. Many people find taking magnesium in the evening enhances relaxation and promotes better sleep quality. Hydration is key. Magnesium relies on water to be efficiently transported throughout your body. Think clean, pure water, not sodas or sugary hydration drinks. Consistency is everything. One magnesium-rich meal won't undo years of depletion. Like brushing your teeth, small daily habits bring big returns over time. Number 2. Zinc, the joint protector. If magnesium is the body's calming rain, zinc is its master builder, repairing, reinforcing, and protecting in ways few appreciate until the scaffolding starts to weaken. And when you cross the milestone of 40, your body's need for zinc only grows stronger, even as modern diets quietly fail to meet that need. I once had a patient named Robert, a retired firefighter in his late 50s. Strong as an ox in his younger days, he now found himself battling aching knees and fingers that stiffened with even mild weather changes. Traditional treatments gave him only partial relief. But when we dug deeper, we found his zinc levels were low, a common but overlooked culprit. Within months of correcting that deficiency, Robert wasn't just moving better. He was regaining his confidence and independence. Zinc doesn't scream for attention, but its absence leaves undeniable scars on your joints, your skin, and even your immune system. Let's talk about why. Why zinc is vital beyond belief. Zinc's influence touches nearly every tissue in your body. But for those dealing with arthritis or persistent inflammation, its role is even more crucial. 1. Immune system balance. Arthritis isn't just a joint problem. It's often an immune system gone haywire. Particularly in autoimmune forms like rheumatoid arthritis, the body mistakenly attacks its own joints. Zinc acts as a traffic cop, telling overzealous immune cells to stand down, protecting your joints from unnecessary destruction. 2. Cartilage repair and collagen formation. Cartilage is the shock absorber between your bones. Zinc is essential for producing collagen, the protein glue that keeps cartilage strong and flexible. Without enough zinc, your body's ability to rebuild this cushion after daily wear and tear plummets. 3. Wound healing and tissue renewal. Even if you can't see it, every inflamed joint harbors microinjuries, tiny tears, and stress fractures. Zinc speeds up the repair of this unseen battlefield, preventing minor damage from becoming major disability over time. 4. Gut health and inflammation control. Emerging research shows that a healthy gut is pivotal in controlling systemic inflammation. Zinc fortifies the gut lining, acting like armor that blocks harmful triggers from leaking into your bloodstream and sparking inflammatory fires. Without zinc, healing slows, inflammation spreads, and joint degradation accelerates. The zinc deficiency trap. Just like magnesium, zinc deficiency is far more common than you might assume, particularly after 40. Why? Processed and refined foods often strip away natural zinc content. Aging reduces zinc absorption efficiency. Chronic inflammation and stress deplete zinc stores faster than they can be replaced. And here's the double-edged sword. Inflammation uses up zinc to try and regulate itself, meaning the very disease you're fighting, arthritis, joint damage, can drain the mineral your body desperately needs to heal. Recognizing zinc deficiency symptoms. If your body is running low on zinc, it often whispers warnings before shouting. Increased joint pain or stiffness, slower wound healing, frequent colds, infections, or immune dips, changes in skin quality, more dryness, slower repair, loss of taste or smell, especially post-viral illness, poor digestion or leaky gut symptoms. Spotting these early can give you a crucial head start on healing. Best sources of zinc. Mother Nature has tucked zinc away in a variety of foods, both plant-based and animal-based. Top plant-based zinc sources. Pumpkin seeds, just a handful can boost your intake dramatically. Chickpeas, cashews, lentils. Top animal-based zinc sources. Oysters, the king of zinc content. Beef, particularly grass-fed cuts, turkey, eggs. However, depending solely on food can be tricky, especially if digestion or absorption is compromised, which is common in aging adults. In these cases, a smartly chosen zinc supplement can be a real game changer. Doing zinc right. Forms to look for. Zinc picolinate and zinc gluconate are among the most absorbable. They're gentle on the gut and highly bioavailable. Timing. Always take zinc with food. Empty stomach zinc often triggers nausea, a quick way to make you regret your new health habit. Interaction tips. Avoid taking zinc and high calcium supplements together. They compete for absorption. A simple way around it? Space them a few hours apart. Typical supplementation doses range between 15 to 30 milligrams daily, but always check with your physician if you have pre-existing conditions or take multiple medications. One of my most inspiring cases was Susan, a 62-year-old retired teacher who struggled with rheumatoid arthritis for over a decade. She had tried everything from biologics to strict elimination diets, but still woke up stiff and exhausted most mornings. After addressing a quiet but persistent zinc deficiency, something shifted. 3 months in, she wasn't just reporting less morning stiffness, she was back hiking with her grandkids, smiling wide in photos she hadn't wanted to be in for years. It wasn't a miracle drug. It wasn't some exotic therapy. It was simply giving her body the raw materials it needed to mend itself. Zinc helped her immune system relearn friend from foe. It rebuilt collagen in her thinning joints. It restored calm where chaos had ruled. Her story isn't rare. It's waiting to be written by many more people. Maybe you, maybe someone you love. Number 3, boron, the unsung hero of bone strength, joint comfort, and vitality. If magnesium is the body's calming balm and zinc its master craftsman, then boron is the quiet, overlooked engineer holding the entire structure together. It's a mineral hardly anyone talks about, yet, if you're over 40 and starting to feel stiffness in your joints or noticing subtle declines in strength and resilience, boron could be your secret weapon for healthier aging. I still remember meeting Tom, a retired architect in his early 70s. Despite a sharp mind, he felt betrayed by his body, weak bones, constant joint aches, and a growing fear of fractures. Nothing he tried seemed to stick. When we reviewed his nutritional profile, boron was conspicuously absent. Adding it back, through foods and a modest supplement, didn't turn him into a 25-year-old again. But it did give him something far more valuable. Confidence to move without fear and the return of everyday joys he thought he'd lost forever. Tom's experience mirrors what science quietly confirms. Boron plays an irreplaceable role in supporting bones, calming inflammation, and even protecting cognitive health as we age. What makes boron so special? Although less famous than calcium or magnesium, boron orchestrates a wide array of vital functions. 1. Maximizes bone-building nutrients. Boron ensures your body actually absorbs and uses calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D properly, nutrients crucial for maintaining bone density and preventing osteoporosis. Without boron, much of the calcium you consume may end up where you don't want it, in your arteries or joints. 2. Reduces joint inflammation. Boron directly inhibits the enzymes that fuel inflammation inside your joints. Think of it like putting out small fires before they engulf the whole forest. 3. Balances hormones for stronger bones. In both men and women, boron helps stabilize estrogen and testosterone, hormones essential for bone strength, muscle mass, and even mood regulation. For women post-menopause, this role is especially critical to counteract the natural drop in estrogen that accelerates bone loss. 4. Protects brain and cognitive function. Research shows boron deficiency may impair brain performance, reducing memory, attention span, and overall energy levels, all subtle accelerators of aging. Boron is not a luxury. It's a vital, strategic player in the pursuit of vibrant, mobile longevity. Why are we so boron deficient today? Here's a sobering reality. Most Americans get far less boron than our ancestors did. Modern farming practices strip boron from soil. Processed foods, even healthy ones, contain little to none. Water purification processes often remove trace minerals, including boron. In many ways, our environment today sets us up for a slow, silent depletion, one that shows up decades later as fragile bones, aching joints, and a creeping decline in vitality. Symptoms of low boron. How do you know if your body is quietly starving for boron? Increased joint pain or early arthritis signs. Greater risk of fractures or declining bone density. slower mental sharpness or brain fog, hormonal imbalances, especially noticeable post-menopause, generalized fatigue or unexplained aches. Often, these symptoms are chalked up to normal aging, but what if they aren't inevitable? What if part of the answer lies in restoring what nature originally designed into your body's blueprint? Best ways to boost your boron naturally. Boron-rich foods aren't exotic or expensive. In fact, some of the simplest fruits and nuts are potent sources. Prunes, dried plums, raisins, apples, pears, dates, almonds, dried apricots. One powerful and culturally familiar example? A simple American classic, an apple a day. But not just any apple. Organic, with the skin on, because that's where much of the boron hides. You can also sprinkle a handful of raisins or almonds into your oatmeal, blend dried fruits into smoothies, or add chopped pears into a spinach salad. Small changes, big rewards. For those seeking more targeted joint support, boron supplements offer another avenue. Most studies find benefits with just 3 to 6 milligrams per day, a tiny amount with outsized effects. Always consult with your healthcare provider if considering supplements, especially if you have complex health conditions. Research teams studying populations with naturally high boron intake, places like parts of Israel, Australia, and traditional diets in certain Mediterranean regions, found strikingly lower rates of arthritis and osteoporosis compared to boron-deficient regions. These weren't genetically gifted populations. They weren't living on magical islands. They simply ate foods rich in trace minerals like boron, day after day, year after year. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes, the best medicine isn't a radical intervention, it's a return to nourishment that aligns with nature's original design. If there's one truth I've learned after decades of working with patients striving for better health, it's this. Healing is rarely the result of one giant leap. It's the sum of small, wise steps taken with consistency and care. Magnesium, zinc, and boron, 3 humble minerals, may seem too simple to matter in a world obsessed with high-tech solutions. But the reality is, these quiet nutrients support your body in ways no miracle drug can replicate. They don't override your system. They restore it. They help you heal from the inside out, the way nature intended. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Maybe it starts with adding a handful of almonds to your breakfast, choosing spinach instead of processed carbs for dinner, taking 5 quiet minutes each evening to check in with yourself and your healing. Every small choice is a vote for the life you still want to live. A life where your joints move with grace instead of pain. A life where your skin glows with vitality, not fatigue. A life where you feel connected to your own body again, not trapped by it. You are not powerless. You are not broken. Your body is asking for partnership, and it's never too late to say yes. Start today. One step, one small mineral, one powerful new chapter. Your future self is already thanking you.